What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Jump. You know, guys, monogamy is something that is very complicated in American society. And I've done that. I've been in relationships where, I'm dealing with a lady in her period. I'm dealing with a lady. Every brother's done that. You've lived with a woman and stuff like that. And if you listened at the interview that I did with Dr. Tia Son Johnson, we know that many black men experience at some point or another sexless relationships. Okay? Sexless relationships. And for that, because of this issue, monogamy is something that is really just not for guys right now. The woman, as she gets older, she's not as attractive. Well, neither are you, but you get what I'm saying. Whereas if you're getting older, you can get somebody younger. It could be looked at as more of a financial liability, especially if you're paying for a woman who's not sleeping with you, that's stopping, and you're expected to do everything. It's just not a win for guys, okay? It really, most guys who are say they're married, almost 90% of the time I hear guys say they wouldn't do it again. Unless under this circumstance. Now, Boosie typically is an idiot, but this, I agree, okay? I agree to him to a certain degree because Boosie says that, Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates have both been divorced. With the kind of money that they make, they should be able to have multiple wives, all right? And the reason why he says that is because look at the wealth, all right? He says that Bill and Melinda, that they're no longer together because they couldn't keep their wives happy. However, if you're worth over $130 billion, your wife is supposed to keep you happy. Now, Kevin Samuels, I want to go back to him, okay? I want to go back to him. Kevin Samuels on Vlad TV said that high value men exercise their options. They don't cheat. And that Bill Gates had this situation that was agreed upon because of who he was. I believe Jeff Bezos, his relationship ended because of another woman. But let me just be honest with you. For monogamy, and I've been in, if I can think about all the relationships that I've been in, the contribution from my end was always more. At the end of the day, in a relationship, you're doing more for them where it counts, financially. I think that, guys who are successful, because there are many things you can do, right? In other countries, it's cool. If polygamous relationships were allowed to be for guys that made a certain amount of money, let's just say you could afford to do it. It makes, in my opinion, I think women be a little bit more honest, because if I have 2 or 3 wives as Jeff Bezos, if you're tripping today, fine. I'll be home next week. I'm going to go over here with wife number A or wife letter A until you get it together. If you don't get it together, you can leave. I'll replace you with wife C or D, E, F, and G. Okay? Because what happens is that in monogamous marriage, a lot of times many men feel so trapped. Once a man signs the marriage dot on the line, he becomes the most vulnerable. The power goes to her. The money, the assets. So, legally, she can stop having sex. You still got to take care of her. You still got to support her. You see what's happening with Gary Owen. The wife comes out and divorces him. Their kids are grown. She still wants to get money, right? Still wants things to do for her that she's not doing. And the thing for guys who can afford it and women that can agree to it, why not let them do it? Because then you wouldn't see so many sexless relationships with guys. And a lot of times, when it's a sexless relationship situation, it's not even that the guy did anything. The woman, all of a sudden, she's saying, "Day music. Oh, I just feel fat. I don't feel good about myself." Well, no problem. You don't feel good about yourself. That's totally fine. Wife number B feels great about herself. So while you're not feeling good about yourself right now, I'll be back in 3 weeks. By the time I come back, hopefully you'll be feeling better. If you don't, I'm going to stay over. I'll go to wife, whatever. Because if I'm providing for you, if I'm doing everything for you, then, shouldn't your job be to make me happy also? Like, that's the thing. You can make all the money, do all these things, but Oh, I'm still not happy. What about making guys who work hard, who are valuable, changing the world? What do they get in happiness? Like, that's what I understand. Like, and this is kind of one of the things about game that you got to understand, man. I've understood this too, that money is important to a certain degree, but money doesn't solve all problems. Money solves money problems. Okay? But rest assured that you can, think about this, you can have all the money in the world and still be in a relationship where you don't get any sex. I'm going to say it again. You can be in a situation, okay, listen to what I'm saying now, where you're not getting any sex and you're not cheating, okay, because your wife doesn't want to do it. Or there's an attitude problem because it's menopause. You didn't do anything, but you're supposed to deal with it. You're supposed to financially support her. You're supposed to give her money, but your needs don't have to be met, which is why guys are not getting married in general. So I think this is a good idea. So let's say this proposal. All of you sign a prenup. Let me get 2 or 3 of y'all. Okay. If I can afford it, if they agree to it. But this is why, like I said, in society, in the perfect world, it would be fine with one wife. But there's so much evidence to show that men don't really gain a lot out of that. Look at the divorce rate. Look at the sexist marriages. Look at men in depressed marriages. Why do you think so many guys are going overseas? Guys are going over to Brazil, to Colombia, to Africa. Because number one, they're getting a better bang for their buck. They're getting more, on average, more attractive women, more submissive women. But high earning, high powered guys, what are these guys getting from the ladies? Especially like Bill Gates. He hired her at Microsoft. It was his company. She gets to take half of the money that he built by himself. Ridiculous in my opinion. But what do I know? And Jeff Bezos, his wife, gets to marry a teacher who doesn't have anything. Ridiculous. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe at the bell. Check out the first comment pinned to the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out. Don't forget the Black Man Perf t-shirts.